File 1. No adverts from audiobooksforfree.com.
Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu. Chapter 1. The way that can be told is not an unvarying way. The names that can be named are not unvarying names. It was from the nameless that heaven and earth sprang. The named is but the mother that rears the 10,000 creatures, each after its kind. Truly, only he who rids himself forever of desire can see the secret essences. He that has never rid himself of desire can see only the outcomes. These two things issued from the same mould, but nevertheless are different in name. This same mould we can but call the mystery, or rather, the darker than any mystery, the doorway whence issued all secret essences. Chapter 2. It is because everyone under heaven recognizes beauty as beauty that the idea of ugliness exists. And equally, if everyone recognized virtue as virtue, this would merely create fresh conceptions of wickedness. For truly, being and not being grow out of one another. Difficult and easy complete one another. Long and short test one another. High and low determine one another. Pitch and mode give harmony to one another. Front and back give sequence to one another. Therefore, the sage relies on actionless activity, carries on wordless teaching. But the myriad creatures are worked upon by him. He does not disown them. He rears them, but does not lay claim to them, controls them, but does not lean upon them, achieves his aim, but does not call attention to what he does. And for the very reason that he does not call attention to what he does, he is not ejected from fruition of what he has done. Chapter 3. If we stop looking for persons of superior morality to put in power, there will be no more jealousies among the people. If we cease to set store by products that are hard to get, there will be no more thieves. If the people never see such things as excite desire, their hearts will remain placid and undisturbed. Therefore the sage rules by emptying their hearts and filling their bellies, weakening their intelligence and toughening their sinews, ever striving to make the people knowledgeless and desireless. Indeed, he sees to it that if there be any who have knowledge, they dare not interfere. Yet, through his actionless activity, all things are duly regulated. Chapter 4. The way is like an empty vessel that yet may be drawn from, without ever needing to be filled. It is bottomless, the very progenitor of all things in the world. In it all sharpness is blunted, all tangles untied, all glare tempered, all dust smoothed. It is like a deep pool that never dries. Was it too the child of something else? We cannot tell. But as a substanceless image, it existed before the ancestor. Chapter 5. Heaven and earth are ruthless. To them the 10,000 things are but as straw dogs. The sage too is ruthless. To him the people are but as straw dogs. Yet heaven and earth and all that lies between is like a bellows, in that it is empty, but gives a supply that never fails. Work it, and more comes out. Whereas the force of words is soon spent, far better is it to keep what is in the heart. Chapter 6. The valley spirit never dies. It is named the mysterious female, and the doorway of the mysterious female is the base from which heaven and earth sprang. It is there within us all the while. Draw upon it as you will, it never runs dry. Chapter 7. Heaven is eternal, the earth everlasting. How come they to be so? Is it because they do not foster their own lives? That is why they live so long. Therefore the sage puts himself in the background, but is always to the fore, remains outside, but is always there. Is it not just because he does not strive for any personal end, that all his personal ends are fulfilled? Chapter 8. The highest good is like that of water. The goodness of water is that it benefits the 10,000 creatures, yet itself does not scramble, but is content with the places that all men disdain. It is this that makes water so near to the way. And if men think the ground the best place for building a house upon, if among thoughts they value those that are profound, if in friendship they value gentleness, in words, truth, in government, good order, in deeds, effectiveness, in actions, timeliness. In each case, it is because they prefer what does not lead to strife, and therefore does not go amiss. Chapter 9. Stretch a bow to the very full, and you will wish you had stopped in time. Temper a sword edge to its very sharpest, and you will find it soon grows dull. When bronze and jade fill your hall, it can no longer be guarded. Wealth and place breed insolence, that brings ruin in its train. When your work is done, then withdraw. Such is heaven's way. Chapter 10. Can you keep the unquiet physical soul from straying, hold fast to the unity, and never quit it? Can you, when concentrating your breath, make it soft like that of a little child? Can you wipe and cleanse your vision of the mystery till all is without blur? Can you love the people and rule the land, yet remain unknown? Can you, in opening and shutting the heavenly gates, play always the female part? Can your mind penetrate every corner of the land, but you yourself never interfere? Rear them, then feed them. Rear them, but do not lay claim to them. Control them, but never lean upon them. Be chief among them, but do not manage them. This is called the mysterious power. Chapter 11. We put 30 spokes together and call it a wheel. But it is on the space where there is nothing that the usefulness of the wheel depends. We turn clay to make a vessel, but it is on the space where there is nothing that the usefulness of the vessel depends. We pierce doors and windows to make a house, and it is on these spaces where there is nothing that the usefulness of the house depends. Therefore, just as we take advantage of what is, we should recognize the usefulness of what is not. Chapter 12. The 5 colors confuse the eye. The 5 sounds dull the ear. The 5 tastes spoil the palate. Excess of hunting and chasing makes minds go mad. Products that are hard to get impede their owner's movements. Therefore the sage considers the belly, not the eye. Truly, he rejects that but takes this.